Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and welcome to my NHL 15 trailer breakdown news, whatever information session. I don't know. This is probably like the 20th 1000 NHL 15 kind of trailer breakdown review, news review that you guys are watching. So why the hell not watch another one, right? So what I'm going to be doing today is going to be taking a kind of different look at it, what other people have been doing. They've just been breaking down the trailer, just giving their opinions and stuff like that. I'm going to give you a little different perspective on what I think about the trailer and all the news that was brought out today. So, if you guys want my opinion on who pretty much has done the best review so far, it's probably Sully. So, I'll link Sully's video for the NHL 15 news breakdown in the description below, as well as the trailer, as well as all the news press, everything that you guys will need if you haven't read it already, which you probably have. But if you want to read it for, I don't know, the sixth time in a row, go right ahead. But like I said, we're going to take a different kind of perspective on this. I'm going to be taking a very good educated look at it and just basically giving you guys what I think of it, how I view these kind of like trailers, and just general press releases of like teaser trailers in general. So what we're going to do first, we're going to play the trailer. I'll give my review of the trailer, and then we'll break down all the news that was released on the website. So, without further ado, let's play the trailer, and we will go from there.
There are rituals out in the hallway. Everyone has their part. They're about to yell. To the ice come the Hawks. Moving on in is Tehran. When you are playing in the driveway, street hockey in the summertime, it's always Game 7, Stanley Cup Final, everything on the line. Can't imagine what the feeling is like. Can you?
Okay, so that is the trailer that came out on Monday, and here's what I have to say about this, guys. If you haven't known already, I'm a junior in college, and what I'm studying right now is media studies and production. So, one, I make music, I make videos, TV, radio, any kind of stuff like that. But I also have to study a lot of different media aspects, whether it's movies, film, trailers, news reports, print media, all that kind of stuff. This trailer is Media Hype 101. Basically, like I said, first off, if we go back to the trailer from NHL 14 and NHL 15, what really was the hype leading up to both of these trailers? If you go back to last year, what was the hype for NHL 14? If you look at the trailer last year, they did show gameplay, which I will say did have a strict advantage over this one. But the reason for last year's trailer was to pump everybody up because of the lockout. The lockout happened last year, so they were pumping everybody up because, like I said, hockey was back. So they wanted to pretty much get people to buy the game to get excited for hockey again. What's the reason for hype this year? It's more than likely the next gen aspect of it, because if you guys haven't already known, NHL 15 will be coming out for the Xbox 360, PS3, the Xbox One, and the PS4. So the reason for this trailer, it's aesthetically pleasing. I can't say that enough. It's aesthetically pleasing. If you don't know what aesthetics are, just basically it's graphics, how the game looks, how it's going to look. But once again, it's just these kind of trailers, man, that are just high res. They're high res. They show you all the good things about the trailer, just how it looks, all the good things like lighting, the jersey waving, and stuff like that. It's just to get you pumped up for next gen. Will this actually happen? Will this game actually look like this next gen wise? You cannot be absolutely sure. People do make these trailers obviously just to get the hype up, and they want people to go out and buy these next gen consoles like the PS3 and the PS4 and the Xbox One in order to probably experience these high res things. So that's the reason why they're putting out this kind of trailer to push the next gen stuff. If you're going to buy this game and for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, you're probably going to miss out and it's just not going to be worth it. If you want my personal opinion on it, if you buy an NHL 15 for the 360 and the PS3, you might as well just put the NHL 14 disc back in again. Because like I said, this kind of trailer just like looks and shit like it looks like how it looks, all the lights and stuff like that, the lights, the jersey waves, the sounds, the looks of the arena, the lighting, all that kind of stuff, the jerseys, the way everything looks. That doesn't matter to me. Personally, why do you play a sports game? Do you play a sports game like Madden, like FIFA, like MLB, like NBA? Do you play a sports game for the way it looks? No, you don't. You want to play. There's many other games out there like RPGs, MMOs, all that kind of stuff out there. Why you play a game for both the gameplay and the looks of the game. Sports games, you just play it for the gameplay of the game. You really don't give a crap, and I know you guys can agree with me on this. You guys don't really give a crap about how the game looks. You care about how it plays. I mean, I'm a stickler for that. And like I said, if you're playing an NHL game and let's say it's the second period, it's you're winning 3-1 over a guy in Hut. Do you really care how the game looks? Like, oh man, that player doesn't look anything like I don't know, like Patrick Kane. He doesn't look like anything like a Claude Giroux or anything like that. Do you really care? I don't. I care about if I'm winning the game or not. I don't really care how the players look. I don't really care how the arena looks. I don't care about anything. What I care about is strictly the gameplay. And obviously, this trailer didn't bring anything with the gameplay, but they just want to build up the hype for the next gen consoles and how it will look in the game. I'll admit it. It looks nice. It does look nice, but personally, I don't care about how the game looks. I care about how the game plays. So, like I said, it's Media Tactic 101, builds up the hype, shows you all the fancy stuff about how the game looks, just to build the hype for the next gen console so that people will go out and get them. But once again, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care how the game looks. I care about how the game plays. So, without further ado, let's go into the news stuff that came out on the website, and let's take a look at each individual new aspect that they are going to be bringing to the game. So, we'll first start off with 12-player NHL collision physics. For the first time in any sports game, real-world physics affects every player through every on-ice collision with the new 12-player NHL collision physics. Utilizing the power of the next generation consoles and building off the critically acclaimed NHL collision physics system, every player on the ice is governed by physics at all times. Feel the hard-hitting chaos of NHL through true-to-life secondary collisions, net scrambles, and player pileups, capturing the desperation of every shift. Okay, so they're going to build off the physics from last year. Well, first off, they should definitely fix the physics from last year because they're still not really all that great. I mean, you guys have seen probably like top plays around different YouTube channels or stuff like that, or other people's videos where hits are still kind of non-realistic. I mean, if you saw Clappy's top 10 plays, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, I was the number 5 clip where I showed literally a guy getting flipped up on top of the net, getting squeezed in between the goaltender and the net. I mean, that's just not realistic. 12-player collisions, I mean, it could lead to something where, I mean, I've on a personal opinion, I've skated like club games before, like skating back on the ice where I've hit another player, and you kind of get that little slowdown effect where your guy kind of gets like hunched over and stuff like that, and then he gets over skating again. Maybe like putting your arm in front of players, and I could maybe see something like this, like you're trying to skate past another defender or trying to win a foot race to the boards to the puck in the back of the zone. I can maybe see your guy putting your hand over top of somebody and like trying to push him out of the way. That's kind of what I see leading about this. I don't think about like collision systems and nets going off the moorings, big scrambles in front of the net, kind of like that. I kind of think of it more of what I just said, like putting your arm in front of people, just like pushing them out of the way, trying to win puck battles and stuff like that. I can maybe see board battles, like board playing yourself now being a little bit more difficult now, rather than just pinning yourself up against the boards and them either pushing the puck one way or waiting for the guy to let go of you and then start skating again. I could maybe see board play being a lot more intriguing this year because of that. But other than that, they need to get the physics right in order for that thing to be even excited, for somebody to get excited about. All right, so next up we move on to real puck physics. The puck is one of the most complex items in the game due to authentically replicate it and it finally gets its due in NHL 15. Completely rebuilt puck physics result in a more realistic feel to every puck interaction. Everything on the ice, including the ice surface itself, is live, which leads to the unpredictable and authentic puck spins, rolls, bounces seen in a real NHL game. Okay, I think this is good because if you guys know, I play an NHL game. I play it hockey-wise. I don't play for glitch goals. I don't play for the pullback wristers, the wraparounds, the good old glitch goals that you find in every single game. I like to play true hockey. I like to dump the puck in. I like to wrap it around the boards. I like to cycle the puck. That's how I like to play these NHL games. And now I think it'll be a lot more fun to do because if you guys know, you dump the puck in, goes hitting off the boards, goes flying like 20 damn feet in the air. That's just not realistic. Now it'll probably be kind of realistic. You dump the puck in, probably just hits right off the boards. Maybe we'll see something where you try to dump the puck in, may take a weird bounce off one of the stanchions and kind of carry them into the middle of the ice, leading to a weird but unpredictable goal. I think that would be cool. I think that now if they're saying the ice surface is live, I think you might be able to see that pullback wristers and stuff like that might be a little bit more difficult to pull off because if you're going to be trying the same move again, you're trying to pull back the wrister, just holding it on your backhand and stuff like that. I could see maybe with the new 12-player collisions and the new physics system, maybe it'll be more difficult to get a shot off. Because, like I said, if you're in a real NHL game, you're pulling. I'm not one who plays hockey, but I mean, if you're pulling the puck back, just sitting there waiting for something to happen, I mean, the power's just not going to be there. Like you're waiting for something to happen. You need to get full force going back and forth. You're not getting full force just holding the puck there waiting for something to happen. It's just not realistic. So I think the puck surface will be good. Ice will be good. Maybe spraying the goalie might be good if you're trying to stop up ice sprays. That'd be good. Maybe the ice will get piles up on the corner boards. Maybe they'll have like something where they have to clean the ice every now and then. But that'd be cool. Seeing the puck maybe get caught in like these little snow piles. That'd be pretty nice and more realistic dumping. Even though I am a big fan of the big 12 feet puck bouncing in the air due to the weird physics that they have now. I think it's more realistic now. Maybe it'll cause for more people to start doing dump and chase stuff. Like I said, if they put the new physics in there, more in-depth board play, I think it will be pretty cool to see this the new puck physics in there. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, so next up we move on to authentic player and equipment models. The next generation hockey player has been rebuilt from the ice up. Now player models have 3 distinct layers: the body, the equipment, and the jersey. Each layer interacts independently, making every contact with the puck or the player even more realistic. Dynamic cloth technology adds an extra layer of realism as it reacts to the player movement as they explode up the ice, helping bring the speed of the game to life. Personally, I don't care about this. Maybe new equipment models, only thing I can maybe see this happening in is EASHL. HUT and stuff like that, it's not really going to matter. This aspect right here is only going to matter for EASHL unless there'll be new HUT stuff where you can buy equipment for your player. But I think that will be way too in depth. HUT still needs to carry the simplicity that it has right now. Buy a player, put it on your team, win games. Only play it, like I said. The only thing I could see maybe for Live the Life and EASHL. Other than that, just like buying new equipment for your player. But once again, it doesn't really matter to me. This is another aesthetically pleasing aspect to the game. It's just not about gameplay. It won't matter when you're playing the game. Like I said, you won't care if you're like, oh, my jersey's waving in the wind. That's pretty cool. You're just gonna care about the gameplay, and that's all. All right, unprecedented player likeness. Powered by the same technology that brought us the most realistic representation of the athlete to EA Sports UFC, NHL 15 delivers groundbreaking player likeness, emotion, and animation from the strides a player takes to get up the ice and to the emotion on their face after scoring a game-winning goal. The players are as real as they've ever been. Okay, well, it took them long enough to kind of put this aspect into the game. Maybe new sellies, maybe personal player celebrations to that specific player. I mean, I've been playing FIFA for a little bit now. Maybe celebrations like FIFA, new celebrations, interacting with your teammates after you score a goal. I mean, that'll be pretty cool if they do something like that in there. I'm not going to spend that much time on this, but they've waited long enough. I mean, we're sick of the same old celebrations, getting on one knee, scraping the ice, colliding with the boards, wiping your stick. We're tired of the same old celebrations. Give us some new things, EA. So that's pretty much there. Reactions probably to scoring goals and stuff like that. All right. Superstar skill stick. Now the tools of an NHL superstar are in your hands. The revolutionary skill stick has evolved to give even more control to the player, protect the puck, receive passes without breaking strides, and discover an arsenal of sweet new deeks, all with an intuitive right stick control scheme that is easy to use but packed with depth. Okay, nothing new here. It's basically they're just saying, oh, you can do deeks. That's basically all this thing is telling you. Maybe new deeks. Since with the new ice service, maybe the deking will have a bigger effect on how the puck moves with the deeks now. I don't know. But it's basically just reiterating, saying, "Hey, you can do deeks. Maybe there'll be some new ones with the skill sticks. I don't know, but who knows? It's basically just telling you, hey, you can do deeks in this game. All right, authentic arenas. There is no feeling like being there, and we are giving you the best seat in the house. The power of the next-gen consoles finally allows the NHL franchise to capture every detail of an NHL arena, unique arena elements from 19,000 seat capacities to lighting and player entrance tunnels are captured with a level of detail not possible in the previous generation. Now those home games will truly feel like they are home. Okay, well, looks like they finally got the copyright issues all dealt with, so it looks like every single NHL team will have their own NHL arena with the actual name of it. So that's going to be pretty cool, I think. Hut, maybe you can maybe buy these authentic arenas. If they're pushing the authentic arenas, maybe you can set one of these arenas as your home ice now. That'll be pretty cool. But once again, like I said, you can build up the kind of arena. You can make it look good. You can make it as realistic as possible from, I don't know, trying to think of an arena that has it. Maybe like Columbus Blue Jackets, every time a goal scored, like the cannon goes off or something like that. Maybe, I don't know if they're being like that. You guys saw in the trailer that the lighting looked good, the way it looked pretty nice. The ice, the way it actually looked. Like I said, you can build up or something like this, but you're never going to have that goal song for your team being in this game because that's just way too much copyright stuff for EA to handle. You're never going to have that. But you might be able to get like pregame stuff. If your team has a mascot, you might be able to see that mascot skating around or something like that. I don't know. But once again, it's just more aesthetically pleasing stuff that I personally don't care about. I don't care about the way it looks. I care about the way it plays. All right, so next up is new commentary team. All right, I gotta admit, I'm happy about this. New voices for a new generation. NHL 15 welcomes the NBC Sports commentary team of Mike Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk to the broadcast booth. TSN analyst Ray Ferraro will provide game insights at the ice level, combined with real-life broadcast integration that will feature real-world pre-game video commentary with Doc and Eddie set against in-game visuals. NHL 15 takes a revolutionary step forward in sports video games where the lines between the real world of sports broadcast and the game are blurred. Okay, so I'll be playing with the commentary on in NHL 15 this year because personally I do like Doc Emmerich and NHL Olczyk the way they commentate. Ray Ferraro, I think I've heard him one or twice before listening to streams on when Flyers were playing like Toronto or a Canadian team or something like that. I know he does commentary on some things like that. Sorry, I need a drink. But yeah, this actually is pretty good. I'll probably be laughing my ass off every time I take a shot and it hits the post. Doc Emmerich will be freaking out. I'm sad there's no Pierre McGuire because there probably would have been a Sidney Crosby dick sucking mode to the game, and I probably would have liked to shoot the puck out of bounds every now and hit him in his bald ass penis like head. But other than that, I'm kind of happy for the new commentary team. I'm excited to play with the commentary on this year, so that'll definitely be exciting. NBC Sports Game Day presentation. The most realistic broadcast package in a new video game to date is possible because of a new partnership with NBC Sports. Set the scene with the NHL on NBC crew welcoming you to the city during the in-game intros and immerse yourself in an experience that matches what you see on television with NHL and NBC graphics and branding. So, if you've ever watched a NHL game on NBC, you will probably, a lot of the graphics that come up during the game, you'll probably see that. Probably in-game, maybe in-game interviews, probably that music you'll hear. Maybe beforehand interviews. I don't know. We've already seen kind of a sneak peek of this in NHL 14 when they introduced that NBC Game of the Week. So I don't think this would have any effect on maybe Live the Life. Maybe Live the Life, it would have some kind of effect on that. Maybe if there was a big hut game, like if you're just about to win the division or something like that, maybe that would probably play a part into it. I don't know if this would be for all games or not, but I think it's only going to affect certain games, maybe like GM mode against a rivalry or something like that. I think it'd be cool just to have like a big build up into the game beforehand. That'd be kind of cool. But once again, aesthetically pleasing. Next up, living crowds. Nothing I really give a rat's ass about. I'll read this, but nothing I really care about. NHL 15 sets a new standard in video games with over 9,000 individual crowd models. And 4 times the animation of previous generations. Take a look through the glass and you'll see fans hold up signs with their name on them, costume-wearing super fans, or even sections with full team rivals rooting against you. Feel their behavior change after dropping the gloves. Landing a big hit or scoring a clutch goal, the crowd is live. Okay, so basically what they're saying is crowd reactions will be bigger depending on what happens during the game. So if you land a big hit, if you're at home, probably crowd will react a lot better. Maybe they'll interact with the boards, stuff like that. If there was a big hit on the board, maybe you'll have fans banging on the glass and stuff like that. That might be pretty cool. Fans holding up signs, maybe EASHL having fans hold up a sign of your player name. That'd be kind of cool. But once again, just aesthetically pleasing. You don't really give a shit about what the crowd is doing. You care about what's happening on the ice. Vision AI, this is about 200 pounds of bullshit right here. An elevated level of player intelligence. Vision AI features evolved awareness of players reading and reacting to potential plays, scoring area recognition, pass anticipation, and enhanced team breakouts all improve the flow of the game. They say this every damn year. So they say, oh, every year we updated the AI. And until I see the AI, man, in this game, I'm just gonna skip over this thing. You need visual proof of the AI in order to get your opinion on this. So can't really do anything about that. You need to see gameplay for the Vision AI in order to do that. And that basically does it, boys. That's all the information that we know so far about NHL 15. If you want my opinion on it, a lot of aesthetically pleasing stuff that we've seen so far. So if you like the way a game looks, you'll be happy with the trailer. With the trailer and all the news that was released. If you play a game like NHL for gameplay aspects, you will be highly disappointed because there was no gameplay. So, like I said, it's a media tactic. They just build up hype for next-gen consoles. They want people to go out and get the next-gen consoles because if you're going to be playing the game on the 360 or the PS3, you're going to be highly disappointed at what you will be experiencing. They want to push all these new things for the next-gen stuff, and it's just the final thought. It's an aesthetically pleasing trailer to get people excited for the graphics. That is all this is about. So we'll probably be seeing in the next couple months about all the new, they'll probably be looking at all the new things that we touched on, like the 12-player collisions, real puck physics, equipment models, likeness, skill stick, arenas, commentary, presentation, crowds, AI, and stuff like that in those kind of mini like 2-minute videos with Rammer and his stupid ass self giving the gameplay views of those things, like highlighting each one of those little events with the gameplay, so we can probably get a more in-depth look at the gameplay when they show off each of those little elements. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always. And we'll hope to bring you guys more NHL 15 content in the future whenever a new thing is released. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel and give me your opinions on what you think. Are you a person that plays the game strictly for like NHL for gameplay? Do you even care about how the game looks personally? Just think about that to yourself. Do you really care how the game looks, or do you really just care about how the game plays? Personally, I'm just a person who cares about how the game plays for a sports game. If it was anything else other than a sports game, man, I would probably care about how it looks. But if it's a sports game, all you care about is how the game plays. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you when more NHL 15 content comes out.